Hi, let's talk about some illustration tutorials today. Just the thing we covered in the class. So first is the repeat tool. When you draw a part of the petal, you can always go to Object, Repeat, Radio, and you can hold this white circle to adjust the distance. You can adjust the distance and make them overlay or make them far away from each other. So here you will get a flower. Yes, but the reason why you see they are covered each other because we select the field, right? The field will fill a white color for the flower. But if we turn it off, you can see they are overlapped. The lines are clearly overlapped. So this is the radio tools. Yeah, so whatever you are creating, no matter what kind of shape of petal you are creating, you can always go to try to use the radio. It will give you a different visual results, which is pretty cool. Just create a piece of petal, repeat, radio. Yeah, you can try different ways, different results. Yeah, so this is the radio tool. Yes. Now I'm going to try the mirror tool. If you want to go to the mirror tool, you have to draw something on the artboard first. Yeah. So for example, I'm drawing something and I want to make it symmetrical. I'm going to Object, Repeat, Mirror. So the mirror tool will maintain the relationship of symmetrical for me. So no matter how do I adjust the distance, they will always be symmetrical. Yeah. So if I use the pen tool or any other tool to continue drawing, it will just continue give me a symmetrical pattern I like. So once you are creating a logo or any patterns that you want it to be symmetrical, just use the mirror tool to draw the half part of them. You don't have to draw all the things out. It's the same thing if I'm using the tool. You see what's happening here. They will just be connect symmetrically. Yeah, so this is a really helpful tool, and you can always play with it to see what kind of interesting pattern you will get. Yeah. So the last one is our grid tool. Whenever we draw a circle, we go to Object, Repeat, Grid. That will just give me millions of circles I want. You just drag these two bars here to increase the number of the circle. Yes, I'm going to put the composition here. So if you want to fill this artboard, you can just drag, another drag. Yeah. So right now it's like a background fill with the circle, but it seems like it's not that interesting, right? So we drag this small circle button to make them overlap each other or make them far away from each other, to increase and decrease the distance, to make them those paths overlapped. This is in a horizontal way, and we just increase their distance in a vertical way. So in this way we can get a really interesting visual results. You see. Drag. So let's do the same thing again with another shape, with the star. Probably I will give it normal points, 5 points. So the 5-point star. Let's create a grid with 5-point star. So what kind of visual results you will get will depend on what kind of shape patterns you are playing with. So you can create different kind of interesting shapes and trying to grid them. Make them closer. Yeah, let's see, now I got a totally different visual results than this one, than the circle. So you can combine the repeat tools, the functions in the repeat tool, the radio, grid, and mirror. So now I'm trying to combine the multi-photo usage with the radio and the grid. So let's draw a piece of petal first. So you can create different types of interesting petal, but I'm just using this one as an example. So let's go to Object, Repeat, Radio. Just make them overlap. I'm going to fill with a color. You can hit here to switch the black outline for the fill. Yeah, like this. So now I'm going to Object, Expand, hit OK. And let's go to Windows, Pathfinder tool. Then let's hit here the Extrude. The way you are creating the figure on the ground and design, right? Let's hit here. This is what we get. It's a pretty interesting pattern. So remember, we talk about using the shape tool to divide our conversation into different smaller pieces. Just depends on how everything are overlapped, how they cut from the lines. So let's just randomly pick a color as example. Then in this way, you can just simply tap on those small pieces to give them color. You can select another color and just keep tapping. Another color, this is a very easy way to fill color for your flower, right? So now I got it. So what if I want to make a grid by using this pattern? So I want to create a large grid. I want to repeat millions of them. Yes, the same thing, repeat and grid, right? We'll just increase the number of the flower, increase, then I make them moving closer, overlapped. Yeah, now I got a really interesting pattern here, right? It's totally different than these two. So this is a way you can always do for your design. So if you think your design is too blank for the background, just considering to add a grid. And you can always decrease the opacity if you want. This is really interesting, becomes a really interesting texture for your design. So yeah, so repeat tool is really a good tool worth to play with, right? So you can pick another a flower that already used the radio, and you can radio it again. Object, repeat, radio. Just multiply those functions. You don't have to just use once. You see here I got a more complicated flower. It's a circle of the flower. So how about I make the radio again? repeat, redo. Well, it's a more interesting flower pattern. Yeah, so then you can always increase the width of the stroke to see what's happening. So this is a really fast way you can create really fancy patterns. So another way we can create pattern is that's using the rectangle. Let's randomly create something. It doesn't need to be really glued. So just fill this square with color. You can hit Command Shift to copy paste another one. Command Shift, holding Command Shift to copy paste, and let's select all of them. Command Shift, another one. Command Shift, another one. So I'm just going to make each piece looks different. Right, this is just an example. This is there's no meaning for what I'm doing. I just want to create a pattern. Here, and just kind of make everything different for each piece. Here. And let's get a leaf. This one. Yeah, so now I got a pattern like this. Let's apply different color for them. I open the swatch. It's coloring them with different colors. Here, 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 and here. Yeah, so for example, I want to create a larger pattern by using this piece of pattern I created. I will place it here or just anywhere, and I go to Object, Pattern, Make. Yeah, so this one just shows you how the pattern would be like if it just keeps duplicated. It shows the possibilities of the layout. Once you click here, you can, this is a normal grid, right? They just simply connect to each other, but you can also choose, make them break by row. And you can choose the break offset to make them break in different numbers. You can just keep trying them to see which one works the best for your design. Yeah, for me, grid is okay. So if you're satisfied with this result, you will just hit down over here. So what's happening is when I go back to the swatch, you see you got your new pattern created, and it's showing in the swatch. What's happening is if you create a rectangular here, and you can fill it out with the pattern. And this is what you will get. You will get a pattern. Fill with the background, and you can always use the direct selection tool to select these two, select the anchor point and just increase the number of them. Let's add another artboard. Then you can always use the pen tool to draw different shapes, and the pattern will automatically fill in with those shapes. So whatever, if you draw a bottle, drawing a bottle, and the shape will fill into my bottle. The pattern just fill in my bottle. So what if I want to create a pattern that they are like on the puzzle style, like they have to intersect in the specific way? So I'm going to create several circles first. Remember, click to create a circle, we have to hold on the shift. Oh, I don't want it to fill with the pattern. I want it to fill with a normal color. And here we go. Could be smaller. Option shift. Get another, copy paste another one, move in a horizontal direction, make them intersect. Option shift, intersect. Select all and click on them. Option shift, drag down, click on this one. Option shift to drag another row here, just to make sure everything intersect. Select all of them. Remember we talked about the shape builder tool. So now I want to connect these two circles with the negative part. So I'm going to just swipe on the surface of them, so they got connected. Yeah. So make sure the shapes they need to be connected together. So if they are in a separate distance, you can't blend them. So let's blend these two. Yeah, so these two shapes I just blended is what I need. So I just drag them out and I delete the rest of them. So for the two of them, I'll give them a little distance. Just drag. Yeah. So, okay, I'm going to change the color of one of them. What I want to do is, I just want them to be intersect in a specific way. I'm going to create a pattern like this. They have to intersect, but not like this. So because in what we just did, these patterns are just simply connect each other, right? The layout is just they get connected. But for this one, I want them to be intersect in this way. So what I will do is I select both of them. I go to the object pattern make. See, now they are far away from each other. They are not intersect together. So what could we do? I would want to change the number for the waist and the head. Now they are far away from each other, so the number is too big for me. So I want to decrease the number, but you have to try several of times. I entered 200. Well, I think 200 works pretty good at this point, but yes, just keep trying if yours is not really good. So let's so usually the waist and the height are the same number. I will enter another 200 for the head. So what's happening is you see all of these shapes they just intersect in a really nice way, specific way. Let's hit down. You see what I just created appears in the swatches. So I'm going to remove it, and I'm going to create a rectangular grid. So the same thing, like I can fill my shape with the grid I just created, pattern I just created. Yes, so now, what if I want to fill the color for, I want to change the color of the red shapes here. what should I do is I go to the object, I expand, I hit OK, and I right click on group them. Yes, so let's use the direct selection tool to click on single shape. You see, we can click on single shape and we can change color for them. So if you want to change all the red color in a different color, so a normal way is to hold on the shift and click on them one by one, right? But I don't want, that takes a lot of time sometimes, especially if you have millions of them. So what should I do is let's click one of the red here, and I'm going to select the similar objects and make sure you are selecting fill color, because we're changing the fill color for the scene we selected. Then it will help me select all the red, all the same red in my design, and I can just change them by one click, any color. Yes, this is a really helpful tool to help you save time. So this function is called select a similar object. You can see select a similar object, which could help you to help you to select all the similar things in your design as you pick one part of it. Yeah, so this is our pattern design. Yeah, so in the class we also talked about the image trees, right? Going to drag a house. Yes, we take this house as the example. So now this is a normal image. We cannot change anything for this because it's just the image I imported in Photoshop. In Illustrator. So no matter what I click, I can't change it. This is not my elements, right? But I want to use it. I want to make it as an element that I could use in my design. So what should I do? I will just put it here and I hit image trace. There are different options for you as you click on this drop down arrow. So let's try. If I hit high fidelity photo, it doesn't change much, right? So I can always go to this panel, image trace panel. It appears here. You will get this image trace panel. You hit advanced. If you hit here, you will get the present. You will get a drop down menu with different results options. You can hit low fidelity photo, 3 colors. You see how it change into 3 colors composition, and this is a 6 colors, 16 colors, shades of gray, black and white logo. Here is the change your design into different results. So if I think the high fidelity photo works pretty well, yes, you can just make some adjustment here on this slide bar. It's just adjust some details of the color of the of the points of the intersect points on your design. So if I'm satisfied with result, I'm just going to hit expand here, hit. When you go to the direct selection wall and click your work, so select this elements, you will see it turns into vector elements that you can make adjustment. You see it separate into different pieces. There are anchor point on them. You can just drag the anchor point to change shapes, and you can click to change any colors you like for each piece. Yeah, so this So this turns into something I can use in my design. I can change into this style that will work well with my overall design. Here, as you drag the elements here somewhere else, you can see I've got a white background because the white background has been traced togetherly with my elements with the house. I want to get rid of the white background because I don't need it. So I just use direct selection tool, hit on the white background, hit delete. This is what I get. I get a house, a clean and nice house I can use in my design. I can make adjustment. So this is a colorful house, right? So if I want to change the color compositions of this house, but I don't want to click on single parts to change the color composition, I want to change the overall color composition in a very easy way, where I can go to edit colors, recolor artwork. I'm going to do that again. Click on your work object, edit color, recolor artwork here, right? So you hit on the color wheel, turning. Every time you turn, make sure you just hit the turn and lose your mouse. Lose your mouse, just to see what's happening here. I got different types of color compositions, right? And for here you can see you can adjust the prominent colors. These are all the colors included in your design. You can just, if I want more purple, I will just increase the length of the purple here. I want more green, and I want less black. Yeah, so you can always make adjustment here, and you can click on here to adjust the lighting results. Yeah, it's very helpful. Yeah, so what if I really like this photo and I want to change my house, the color of my house, into the style as similar as this one, as similar as this house? So I just click on my house, go to object, edit colors. Again, this is the recolor artwork option. We go back to here, and I will hit color theme picker. Then I will draw a circle. I will circle the house. Yes, so you see here just showing me like what colors are used in this house. The color I just make the circle. I just circle the color they used in this house. You see the blue is the prominent color in this house. I'm just going to increase you have to make some adjustment here. Increase the prominence of the blue, and you have to adjust, just to turn the wheel a little bit. So just sometimes this function doesn't work really well. You have to make a lot of further adjustment. Yeah, so this time it doesn't work really right. But this is a way you can notice, you can just pick the colors in this house. You know this blue. Yeah, so another way you can recolor your artwork. Let's go to object. Again, sorry, edit color, recolor the artwork. You can go to advanced option, go to generative recolor, and you can see this mushroom shows the different composition of colors. Okay, let's if I really like this purple one, you will click on it and it will help you. Generative AI is actually a function related to AI technology. I will hit agree. And the illustrator will help me generate all the color compositions of the mushroom I just chose. You can see there are some fancy colors. I can also enter the text here. I will say this just describe what you're creating. Describe the color, the mood, or the theme you want to generate. So I will say I'm creating a purple. I want the house to be purple. So purple fancy house. I will hit generate. Then the illustrator will help me to generate the color suggestions for a purple fancy house. You see the prominent color here is the purple. So I think this one works well, so I will just select this one. Yeah, so this is a way you can change the color composition of something. So whenever you are designing something and you don't know what color should you apply, another way you can try is, I'm going to just draw some shapes as example. So for example, this is a color composition I'm creating, and I'm working on I'm creating a holiday theme, and I need color for the beach, for the holiday beach. I want to change my design into the sand, the color of the sand and the sea. So now they are not in proper color, and if you don't know what kind of blue you would want to use, you can always go to the color library, which is here. This is the fast way. You can go to the swatch libraries menu. When you hit here, you can see all the different options. Just depends on what you are creating, right? If you are creating an art history theme, you can pick a color from here. If you are creating some foods, you can pick options from here. If you are creating the nature, you see, here's the option for the beach, for the flower, for the landscape. So let's select the first one. You can see here are the color options for the beach, right? Here is the color composition for the sand. Here is the color composition for the water, for the sea. So I'm going to click on the blue one. You see what happening is it has been added into my swatches. So it's selected, right? So if you want to select all the color compositions, you may click on the folder. It will select all the colors included here. So I'm going to click on the apply color group, hit OK. So you see I got the water color here in a really fast way, just by one click. So let's try. I also need the color of the sand. So here is the color of the sand. We click on the folder. We already added it, so click on the folder. Make sure everything is selected. You could see there is a white outline. Just means this color has been selected, and I apply the selected colors into my work. Now I got both the color for the sand and the water, right? So this color composition are pretty harmony for me. They're works pretty balanced. So whenever you are not confident with your coloring, just ask for some advice by using these functions in Illustrator. Let's do another example, which is the ice cream example we did in the class. I'm creating ice cream. Use the direct selection tool to drag, make sure just randomly create ice cream. The corn. Just suppose this is ice cream. So right now I'm going to randomly fill some color for that. So right now you don't like this color composition, but you want to change another colors, right? Design. So let's select them all and let's go to the swatch library. Let's hit foods. The third one, ice cream. You can see here are the color suggestions for the ice cream. So I want to change them into a chocolate ice cream, which is this option. So I'm going to click on the folder, and it shows everything is selected. Apply the color group to my design. Hit OK. You see, I got a chocolate ice cream, and I want a strawberry ice cream. I click on this folder and I hit apply color group. Hit OK. Yeah, so you don't have to select the folder if you want to change. You want to use the pick some single colors inside them. So I want to change this into another pink. I can just simply hit the piece and I just click on the color itself. I'm not clicking on the folder. Clicking on the folder means all the colors, these three colors included in this folder are selected. Yeah, so we talk about in the class, if we go to Adobe Color website, you just type Adobe Color in Google and it will lead you to this website. You will hit explore and you will type what you are creating. So I'm creating a strawberry ice cream, right? So I'm just going to change. Sorry, it's probably is in another page. So let's switch back. Strawberry ice cream. Type search. Then here comes all the strawberry ice creams color suggestions for me. So you are just going to click them and see if there are any colors you want. Okay, let's do that again. Yes, let's click this one. So if I really like this pink, I want to use it as my design. You just when your mouse is on them, you just click copy and it shows copied. So go back to my design. I select this piece I want to change. Double click here, the fill color, and Command V, copy paste the pink color, the hex code here. Hit OK. You see, the color of the ice cream change into the same color as this one I like. So I can just directly put it into my design. Yeah, so these are some really good color suggestions. So you see this is composition of the green, color composition of different object. You can get the reference. If you don't want to pick the color yourself, or you are not confident with the color composition of the artwork. Yeah, so this is about the coloring. So now my artboard is kind of in a mess. So whenever you want to clean up your artboard, you just go back to the window, workspace, reset essentials classic. Now you see everything just goes back to the original mode. Yeah. So I will need another artboard. Now let's talk about how to apply the text into the shapes. So now I'm going to draw a circle. And I'm using the knife to cut the circle into 3 parts. Yeah, so let's do that again. This is a circle. Select. You may see the eraser tool first. You right click. You may go to the knife tool. So you just simply, like you're using the brush tool to join things. You're simply join 3 and the two lines on what you want to cut. So now what's happening is you have separated your circle into 3 separate parts. Let's type something. Hello. Sunday. Morning. Yes, here are the text I want to put into the circle. I'm going to change, expand, OK, right click, ungroup, select the first vocabulary, Command G to group, second one, Command G to group, select the third one, you can right click and it's not okay. It's not grouped it. Command G, grouped it. So make sure everything is grouped it. So you select them all and you move. You see they are at the top of the circle. But that's not what I want. I want this text to be at the back of the circle. So I'm going to right click, arrange, send to back. So let's click the first tab and click, hold on shift, click on the first piece, go to object, envelope distort, make with the top object. This option is called make with the top object. That's why I want the text to be at the back of the shape, because I want the shape to be the top object, right? We make the text with the top object. So make sure your text is at the behind. Select vocabulary, select the second piece, make sure select, click, hold on shift and click another one. Make sure both of them are selected. Object, envelope distort, make with top object. The third one, third shape, object, envelope distort, make with object, top object. So you see all the text has been placed into the circle, and it's like this circle forms the shape of this text form a shape togetherly. So how about let's make a 3D effect. So first let's go select them all. Let's go to object, expand, OK. So this is what you get. Then let's select them all, Command G to group them again. and I will copy and paste another one. So this time I'm going to give it another color, probably red or blue. So just decrease the size and place it at the middle. But now you see this smaller one is at the top of the larger one, but I want to send it to the back again. Right click, arrange, send to back. So in this way it went to the back of the circle. You see it comes to the back of the larger shape. Place at the middle. The same thing is I want to group them. The same, we are not grouped them. Make sure they are not grouped. Make sure they are separate, right? So what I want to do is I want to blend both atoms. Let's select them all. Let's double click on the blend and let's hit specified steps. Give it a number. I think a larger number would works better. Probably 200. Click OK. Let's go to Object, Pattern, Make. No, sorry, I went to a wrong place. So let's select them all. Let's go to Object, Repeat Make, not Pattern. Blend Make, sorry. So let's go to Object, Blend Make. Yeah, so I got a 3D text here. And Object, Expand, hit OK. Right click, ungroup. Then let's in this way we can select the first layer. And let's give it another color. I will give it a brighter color to bring more contrast, right? So now you can clearly read the text. So this is a really cool 3D effect you can consider utilized in your design. Command G to group. So it's the same thing like if you want to fill the text into your bottle. Let's hit Image Trace. Go to the image panel. So this time for the present I'm selecting the black and white logo because I only need the shape of this bottle. So you can use the image trace or you can just draw a shape of the bottle because we just need the shape right now, no matter how you get it. I'm going to increase the threshold so to add a few more color. Right now, okay, let's just expand that. And I'm going to use the direct selection tool, hit on the whiteboard background and delete it. So I'm going to select the bottle, and I'm going to use the shape filter tool to just wipe. Let's see. Okay, let's just delete. Oh yes, you can just delete this white part. So if you can't delete that, you can use the shape filter tool because every time it's traced, it will give you a different outcome. Yeah, so I got a single shape of the bottle. The same thing is I'm going to use the knife to cut the shape, right? So I'm going to cut it as 4 parts. So right click, ungroup, they are separate. Use the text to enter something. Give it another color. So you'll see the same thing is I want to make everything at the back of the pattern. I want to make the text to place at the back of the pattern. Right click, arrange, send to back. You see, the bottle is covering my text, so that's the result I want. So let's right click. No, let's go to object, expand, hit OK. So let's select the first. No, they are still combined. They are still grouped. Right click on group. Select the first vocabulary, shift, first shape, and object, envelope distort, make with top object. The second vocabulary, second shape, object, envelope distort, make with top object. Third one, the third shape, object, envelope distort, make with top object. Last one, the last shape, object, envelope distort, make with top object. So you see I got a composition of the text from a shape of the bottle. That is really something really interesting, and you can use direct selection tool to make some adjustment for the shape details. Yeah, so just make some small adjustment for the form. Yeah, so we also talk about if you want to, you will need more text. If you need more text with your design, you need more fonts, right? So you want to create more, you want to add more fonts into your Illustrator. Here is the name. Let's go to another website called Adobe Fonts. This website, if you know the name of the fonts, you can just simply type it here and you can find it. So if you just go over this, go through this website, you'll find some text you really enjoy. Like if I like this one, I will just hit add family. It says fonts added into Adobe apps. So you can just select the name of the fonts, copy, Command C, and paste it here beside the character. It's weird, I already added it. So tempo. Yes, here it is. I think this is the same thing. Yeah. You see, it's just added into my Illustrator. Just somehow type the name. If you haven't found it, just try to type the first the part of the name. You will find it in your Illustrator to use. This is a way you can add new text in your Illustrator. So there's another way we can apply the text into the shape. So what if I want to fill the text into the shape of a car? I can get a reference from online. So this is a photo. I'm not going to trace it, right? This is just a reference photo. So I'm going to type car and give a proper size because I want the text to be filled in this part. I'm going to object, expand, OK. Then I'm going to object, envelope distort. This time we are not selecting the third one, we are selecting the second one, make with mesh. And it will show the options for the mesh. I think 3 by 3 is OK at this point. Then I will hit OK. So if you want more details, you can increase the rows or the columns and hit OK. And you can use direct selection tool to drag this anchor point to make it fill with the shape. Then let's type something else. I will make this text fill in the body of the card. Probably I'm going to make it shorter so I can make everything bigger. The same thing as I'm going to object expand and hit OK, and object envelope distort and make with mesh. OK, and use direct selection tool to drag the anchor point to make it fill in the shape. Okay, the curvature tool will not work for this option. So you can only use the direct selection tool to drag the anchor points. Yeah. So now they fit pretty well. So I have to take time to adjust those, play with those details. Object, expand, hit OK. And increase the size, fill it here. And the same thing. Object, envelope distort, make with mesh. Hit OK. Use the direct selection tool to drag the anchor point to make everything fill in the shape. Yeah, so for the last one, I'm going to retype. Here, increase the size, and the same thing is we're going to expand that. Object, expand, OK. And object, distort, envelope distort, make with mesh. Hit OK. Use direct selection tool, drag, just a drag. Yeah, and I can give it a wheel, give it a round shape, outline, and right click on the text tool. Go to type on path, click on the path. I will car is a wood car. Yeah, for more contrast, let's give it a white. So you can see what I'm doing. Just tap on the path and increase the size. Yeah, great. Copy, paste to place it in another wheel. So I will just get rid of this photo, move it back, and click on both wheel and give it a color. Yeah, so you see what I get. I got my text to form the shape of a car. So this is a cool thing you can try for your design. Yeah, so let's try to type something. So this time you can go to object, envelope distort. You can try make with warp. So you can try go through this drop down menu, this list. You can just try how they changed the form of your text. It's just modify your text in different forms, which is a really interesting function. Whenever you can make your type into something, some interesting lookings. Yeah, so this is the first section of our tutorial.